This is the OBSBOT Me SE, a $70 webcam that is arguably more impressive than a $1,500 DSLR setup. And in this video, I'm going to prove how, with a real streaming test, checking out the pros and cons, and even a direct $1,500 versus $70 webcam comparison. And we'll start here by checking out the features on this thing. And as you can see, this thing is definitely small, but what it can do is impressive. So that's of course the camera itself. Then it comes with a monitor stand, so you can hook this right onto the back of a monitor, or the camera itself also has a tripod thread. And one of the coolest features in my opinion is to actually mount the camera. The bottom is magnetic, so you literally just set it on there and your camera's mounted. So far it's looking pretty cool, but none of this is going to matter if the actual image quality is bad. So we'll test that soon, but it does come with a couple more things in here, including a USB-C to USB-C charging cable for the camera. And I almost missed this, but it looks like there's one more thing. Oh, and that's sick. Wait, it's a magnetic camera cover. I didn't even notice that the first time I unboxed it. So everything on this thing is just magnetic to mount it, magnetic to cover the lens. I mean, as far as ease of use goes, this thing is incredibly simple. Now, I've been playing a lot with the Me SE, but they also sent me the Tiny SE. I believe this one is a little more expensive at like $100. And this one I actually haven't played with at all. I'm assuming a lot of it will be similar, but it's actually on a gimbal instead of just stationary. That's pretty cool. It looks like this one also has a tripod thread, but the monitor mount is built right into it. And as for video stats, it looks like both of these can record at 1080p up to 100 FPS. So for streaming and gaming and YouTube videos, all you need is 1080p at 60 FPS. That's literally what everyone uses. But let's see what that actually looks like, especially when you compare it to this. So one of these is a $1,500 webcam, one of these is a $70 webcam, and one of these is a $100 webcam. But besides the physical features of these cameras, there are software features that change everything. The software on the $70 Me SE is cool. It can do some cool stuff. Just from the software, you can come over here, zoom it in. You can actually track left and right just right here with this little gimbal thing. There's presets to wide, medium, narrow. If you want the absolute perfect shot, you can turn on auto framing and it'll actually set your frame for you. Of course, in image, you have all the advanced settings. You can turn on your manual focus, or you can turn on autofocus. You can put stuff up in front of the camera and it'll focus on it. And we have a lot of the nerdy camera settings if you're into setting stuff like that. Personally, I don't know what I'm doing. I think everything on auto still looks good. As long as you're seeing me in high quality, I'm good with that. And if you want to get a little more interactive with your stream, there's actually hand gestures to zoom in so you can focus on something on your face more, and then you can zoom out just as easy. But I will say that working with the Tiny SE is way more fun. Obviously, we saw that this camera has a full-on gimbal built into it, meaning I can move it in any direction I want to at any point. I can turn it around to show my lights behind my desk the entire rest of my room. And then as soon as it goes and gets in range of my face, it'll go and auto set the frame again to put me perfectly in place. As a webcam for streaming, I don't think the Tiny can be beaten, specifically because of this. Live streaming is all about being entertaining live, because obviously you can't edit stuff like this and put special effects in on live streams. But this Tiny SE, because it has a gimbal built into it, if I set this to upper body and then get around, run over here, it's going to track me all the way over here. So this is probably the easiest way I've seen to have like an interactive stream, actually interact with their viewers, get up, do stuff. And you don't need to be good with computers or have a dedicated cameraman or anything. This is literally all you have. It's quite literally as simple as having a $100 camera. I mean, that might be one of the coolest things I've seen. Now, the thing about webcams, if you're a streamer or YouTuber, is that once you're in an actual game, the quality of the actual webcam kind of stops mattering. Usually your face cam will be too small to actually notice the quality difference. So that's why, especially for streaming purposes, I definitely value the versatility of the webcam software versus the actual quality of like a really good camera. Especially for streaming and even most YouTube videos, I'm not gonna say the quality is overrated, but once you have a good enough quality, that's really all you need. And if you haven't noticed already, I'm actually using another one of the Me SEs for my hand cam. Bang! What is that, 23 elims with the new camera setup? I mean, look, all you really need to get started is the $70 webcam. But if you want a stream that really stands out, you can get the tiny SE to use as a face cam. That way, during like intermissions and downtimes during actual gameplay, you can go face cam, you can go dance around, you can go be active and interactive with your chat and keep them entertained. And then you can pick up the Mi SE as a second camera for either another angle or an angle of your hand cam. That's an absolutely elite stream setup for under 200 bucks, which is kind of crazy. And look, I have some fancy lighting going on, but even in low light, these webcams especially work so well. $100, $70, $1,500. It's actually kind of funny that the more expensive your equipment gets, the more you have to know about it to be able to use the settings and get the picture right. Versus these webcams, you just plug them in and you're good to go. Look, obviously this video is sponsored, but everything I've said in it is genuine. Of course, if you want the highest quality image, go for the fancy camera setup. But when we're talking about gaming streams and YouTube videos, like I said, versatility, actually being entertaining, being able to interact with your chat, all of that is genuinely more important. Which is why I can sit here and truthfully say, if I had one of these webcams to choose from, I would be picking the Tiny SE. $100, you can't beat the control that you have on this thing. Mi SE as a hand cam, or it still looks good as a face cam. And the links for both of these are down below in the description. Make sure to go check them out if you're trying to get your streaming career or YouTube career off the ground. These are big game changers. I'm being serious about that. And thank you all so much for watching and supporting. Thanks to OBSBOT for sponsoring this video.